Episode 149, Yinzertainment podcast. We are back on a Tuesday evening in September on the 29th day. Michael and Alex are here. What's up, boys?
What up, what up, what up?
What up, dude?
Can I just say, I'm loving this fall weather.
I'll tell you what it is. It's football weather.
Yep. It's bonfire weather.
And yeah, I'm a big fan of that as well.
A little hoodie and shorts, hoodie and pants, cozy.
Got the joggers out already.
Little hoodie Allen. Know what I'm talking about?
Oh, who's that?
Say, who's that? Who dey? Episode 149. A good day to be a Steelers fan. 3-0 here. But also maybe a bad day to be a Steelers fan. Considering we're supposed to play the Titans next week and some people tested positive.
It's not our fault, though.
For the Roni. But they shut down the Titans facilities until Saturday, meaning is there going to be a game Sunday?
I'm saying no if that's the case. And you know what? It sucks that this happened against the Steelers because the whole time I had been wondering if there is some kind of outbreak or if you guys test positive, like how is that going to look? Come on.
Well, here's the thing is they're thinking about maybe moving it to a Monday night game to give another day to test.
Ooh, flex them in?
But here's the thing, like, that's not fair to the Steelers. Like, the Steelers, like you said, the Steelers didn't test positive for COVID. This isn't their fault. Why are you going to punish them for it? Should make the fucking...
Do we know how the Titans tested positive for it?
I'm not sure, but there's speculation.
They took the test, and then it came back positive.
Yeah, but why were they positive? I heard something like they were eating dinner together or they were like just stupid shit. I was like, well, teams don't eat together?
There's speculation that this past week, one of the coaches knew he had it but was still there at the game. And so if that's the case, then they should certainly forfeit the game because that's just fucked up.
And just like they do a hefty fine on the face masks and stuff, that's a fucking fine. Because, dude, it's one of those things, if you know you have it and you blatantly go to where there's 100+ people, all in close, that are going to be playing on a football field together, you are endangering them and their families at that point.
It's like giving someone AIDS.
Should be more than a fine. It should be death by fucking stoning. Or some shit. I mean,
you know what? Since they're in Nashville, his punishment should be he has to eat fucking 12 of the hot chicken sandwiches that Hattie B's has to offer, or party foul.
Listen, if you intentionally do that, you're just a fucking if you know you have it and you go out in public and you interact with all these people and you know it, you're just a piece of shit, man. So if this is the case, fuck that guy.
And you know what? There are probably a lot of people on the Titans that feel the same way, that they're like, yo, can't believe fucking coach did that, man. That's fucked up.
I mean, yeah, you don't know who you're going to come in contact with.
Because I guess, okay, say they forfeit that game. But not, do the players still get a game check?
I don't know. But even if it was if it was just the flu, if you had the stomach flu and you came, even then I'd be like, dude, fuck you. I'm not trying to get the stomach flu.
Exactly.
So it's speculation. I'm not sure if it's been found out yet or what, but the Sunday's game is in jeopardy is all I know.
So let's say they don't play. Let's say it gets canceled. It's not flexed to Monday. What's next? Is it like a snow day where it's made up at the end of the year? Because that doesn't
What's next? From what I've read is they then move Week 8's game against the Ravens to Week 7. And then
they have their bye week.
The Steelers on the bye week,
which I would actually love. I would love if they did that.
Is moved to Week 8, but you fill it with this game.
Because, dude, I'm already getting stressed thinking about watching the Steelers play on Thanksgiving.
Yeah, but I like the Week 8 bye week because it's the middle of the season. So now Ben, yeah, that's great. He gets to rest Week 4, but it's like he's got to go pedal to the metal the rest of the season with no breaks.
Well, right. And again, not fair. Not fair to the Steelers at all.
Yeah, I agree.
So who knows what the fuck they're gonna do? They're taking it day by day at this point, and from the latest reports I've seen is they're planning on playing Sunday, whether they're down the men or they cancel or they just I don't know what they're gonna do, but they plan on playing. Is all I know.
Also, open invite to my place if you guys want. Just throwing it out there.
Might have to again.
And anybody listening.
Anybody out there listening, open invite to you as well.
Yeah.
But hey, man, Steelers are already 3-0. Might be 4-0 after the Titans have to forfeit this next one. But this last game, I was a little worried. Had me a little scared. I'll tell you what, they had us in the first half. I ain't gonna lie. Not in the second half though.
I guess it's one of those things that I do. It's the same emotion I have every game. I get real worked up at the beginning because the Steelers aren't flying like they normally have. You know, after we all texted together, they went for a few long balls. But I always come back and have to remind myself, Steelers start slow. You know, it's a long game. They don't just, run it up from the beginning, which I wish they would. But, I mean, they find a way to win that way. It's like they finally start to get going. And, I think we could all agree on this, but Anthony McFarland was amazing to see play. I wish they would give him the rock a little bit more. No offense to James Conner because he did a great job, but you can tell when James is getting exhausted. It's like, look, how about instead of just running him down because he's doing well, switch it up. Give it to McFarland. He was doing great. He was finding those holes. He was explosive. He was giving us that little rush that we wanted to see.
Yeah, he did very well. I was impressed with the first little action we got to see out of him.
I was very impressed, and I loved when I saw him come in the game. I was very taken aback. I was like, "Hold the fuck up!"
Me too.
What?
Me too.
I was like, "Who's 26?"
Yeah, 26. We don't have a 26.
I was like, "We have a 24."
But dude, love to see him get in and trying to pull up the box score here.
He had 6 for 42, average 7, long was 20.
I mean, feed the man the ball. He's so fast out of the backfield compared to our other backs, and you saw his speed on display, and it worked. I don't know. I think there was a play where it was 3rd and long, and they handed the ball off to Connor or Snell, and it's like, why?
No, it was Snell. I don't know if it was the same play, but yeah, I saw it was a 3rd and 5 or something.
Yeah,
and let's just do a fucking draw to Jalen.
And if you're gonna do a draw to Jalen Samuels, it should just be Anthony McFarland.
Well, and it's that was Jalen Samuels' only rush. He had 1 rush, 1 yard.
Yeah, and he hasn't seen the field all year. We realize that. Benny Snell hasn't been seeing many touches lately either.
We've said that though. It's great that we have all of these potential threats out of the backfield, but how are you going to get a guy comfortable in the offense or playing professional football?
Or get him into a rhythm,
right?
And I understand that they'll do that with James, but I think it's pretty clear when he starts to get exhausted and it's fair.
Which is every 2 plays.
Yeah, and I mean, still gets tired.
Well, I was gonna say, I'll tell you what, the last 2 weeks he's rushed for over 100 yards both weeks. So I mean,
yeah, it is one of those things that okay, instead of maybe pushing him past his limit or him potentially either fumbling the ball or getting hurt, how about we fucking stick one of those other 2 guys in there, and get that rhythm going. I mean, it's
all Michael. I mean, like you said, it's all about finding that rhythm, right? And you can find a rhythm in the game on a couple of fucking runs and then switch them out and let somebody else try to find that rhythm. But when you do find that fucking rhythm, let it ride until you can't ride it no more. No issue.
And that's what they do, but I think they leave that certain player in, whoever it is, they leave that person in for 1 or 2 too many plays.
Of course,
where they're already gassed, and it's nope, let's switch it up.
In Steelers fashion,
since we're talking about explosiveness, how about Ty's guy, Ray McLeod? Right. Dude, he's gonna run one back. I feel it. And he just tripped. It's like one of those where he's going so fast.
Yeah.
He gets barely nicked and he starts to trip up. But if he doesn't, dude, to the house.
And you can already see how much of a difference it makes having somebody back there returning kicks and punts that has the ability to potentially break one off. Like, we could have maybe seen it with Deontay.
If you didn't muff it.
Yeah. But like with Switzer, dude, you were never thinking that when he caught the punt or the kickoff.
No.
Every time
never.
Ray catches that ball, I'm like, don't let him find the seam.
He's got acceleration, and he can turn fast.
Yeah, he can actually cut on a dime, whereas Johnny Holton, he's going 60 miles per hour, but if he tries to turn, he's skidding off into the median.
Yes, yeah, and that's the thing. Like even when I was watching with Vanessa, she was like, "Oh, like you barely missed him. You barely missed him." I was like, "I know, dude." He makes it so excited. He makes me so excited when I see him back there.
How excited, dude? Excited in the pants?
No issue.
I mean, hey, I'm not gonna deny that.
Listen, I'm a man of honesty. I'll be honest with you. I'll level with you. My dick gets hard for a good kick return. There, I said it.
Facts.
What of it?
I mean, I also feel the same way about a good sack.
Feel the same way about Girl Scout cookies.
Feel the same way about chicken pot pie.
A lot of things, and they're mostly food related. I feel that way about. Yeah. Uh-huh.
Big fan of taste.
Yeah. Huge taste fan. Not much of a count the calories kind of guy. So it's a win-win.
I mean, what are even calories?
Nobody really knows. It's all a myth. It's made up by the Russian government. It's all a ploy to fucking take over the presidential election, dude.
I mean, not to stray off of what we're talking about. I listened to a podcast today, and the guy was like, honestly, they say count your calories. Like, I don't even know what a calorie is. Like, how do they understand that and put that on a box? And then I started thinking, I was like, yeah, how the fuck do they know how many calories are in a tomato or a banana?
And that's the reason that they're scientists and you're not.
Yeah. And then I go, you know what? Somebody gets paid way more money to know all this.
Facts.
I'm not a doctor, and neither is Tapia. So.
Or a mathematician. Or a scientist.
No, but I'm gonna marry a doctor.
That's
close.
Hey, secure that bag, homie.
That's right, dude. That's right. I'm reaching for the stars.
Secure that bag.
Yeah, you see those shoes are about to double.
Yeah. Secure the bag like Juju secures the football this season. The man's is on fire. I mean, the whole offense. Again, we get off to the slow start, which really grinds my gears because I always get so worked up about it and think we're going to lose the game. But, you know, of course they show up. Juju, I mean, if he's not a leader for receiver of the year candidate, you know, at this point, I know it's only 3 games in, but he's already got like 4 fucking touchdowns. The man's is killing it.
Yep.
Wide receiver 1.
And I think we all love to see that from Juju because he's definitely one of our favorites. And I was actually listening to the Arthur Motes podcast today, and the guy
say Arthur Reed.
Arthur the Aardvark podcast today.
No, he's busy with Steel City.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, on that collab.
I'm pumped. Sorry, go ahead.
Well, the guy that he does it with, they were talking about who's the number 1 receiver is, and the other guy's like, honestly, I don't even want to like talk about it because to me they're all number 1 receivers.
Yeah, that's what. Yeah, it's wrong.
You know. And, well, he was saying he's like if you look. He's like, well, he was saying that he thinks Deontay Johnson is the number 1 receiver compared to Juju. Yeah, Juju has the touchdowns, but who's getting all the targets?
Hey, don't get it fucking twisted, homie. Juju's the number 1, and Deontay is just the compliment, the fucking kiss on top of it all, dude.
Yeah, and I agree, and like, not that I agree with him, but I was like, you know, that's interesting because I feel like, yeah, Deontay is really good, but this last game, yeah, I mean, he went out with a concussion. I felt like him and Ben have not been on point. Like they've been, they don't have their timing down.
Who's this? Ben
Deontay and Ben.
Yes, yeah, okay.
You know, and I love Deontay's nothing against him, but I just feel like they're just like right there. They're just barely off.
Well, you know, first year together, right? They're still figuring it out. No preseason.
I mean, but I guess not to knock what you're saying. Look at Eric Ebron. Look at James Washington.
Chase Claypool.
Yeah, Chase Claypool. Look at those guys. So I mean, it's one of those things that, like, why is it that their connection is even Eric Ebron?
Oh no, it's definitely a Deontay thing, and that's not like a jab at him, but like he's still figuring his shit out.
Yeah.
He's figuring it out.
Yeah.
Is the gist of it, I guess.
Yeah.
But I mean, yeah, dude, the receiving core as a whole, fucking Chase Claypool was on the field for more snaps than any player on offense besides the lineman. By the way, this past week, Deontay Johnson went out, concussion protocol. Not sure if he'll be back this week or not. Haven't really seen anything on it, but because of that, dude, Claypool is getting a lot of snaps, and it's only a matter of time before he has a fucking 100+ yard game, 2 touchdowns.
Hey, you know what? You know what? Throw your boy Ray in there for a few snaps,
bro. Listen, you know me, dog. Joey Diaz voice. You know me, dog. I would love to see that shit, dog. Put Ray McFarland out, a receiver, fucking sling him that rock like you're slinging the dick. Hey, Joey Diaz.
Wow.
Unreal.
You guys have no idea who that is. If you did, it'd be a lot funnier.
I mean, I do.
Did? Yeah.
Yeah, I knew that. His last name's Diaz.
He's Cuban, for what it's worth. But hey.
Yeah.
Semantics, tomato.
He was just on some taco show I was watching.
That seems
you watch a taco show?
Yeah, he was with Brendan Schaub.
Yeah. I love Brendan Schaub.
Yeah.
Who's that?
He's a comedian, but he used to be a UFC fighter.
Yeah, he's boys with like Joe Rogan.
Brian Callen, I'm a huge fan of.
Yeah, Brendan Schaub's awesome. He's funny.
Yeah, we'll stop this conversation before I go way off on a tangent. Fucking talk about that shit for days.
Thanks.
Back to the offense, though, bro. Listen, we had a lot of third downs, especially early first half, and we didn't look good trying to convert those third downs. A lot of bad play calling, courtesy of Randy, Mr. Randy. Not looking good, dude. But I mean, like we said a minute ago, 3rd down and 6 in your running draws with Benny Snell. It's like,
but I will say there's a few things I took away from this game. It's nice to see them spread the ball, show the love, to our whole offense.
I think every receiver had a catch.
Everybody had, dabbled in this game, and that was nice to see, because that's my biggest thing. I don't want teams to come in here besides that we go run pass, because that's an obvious. I don't want them to know, we're throwing it at the fucking Juju every time. It's like, look, if you cover Juju, that's fine. We'll find somebody else. That's no issue, dog.
No issue, dog.
My issue though is it might not be Juju, but it's it's 1st and 10, and they run a 2 and out. Move the ball down the field. I know it's not just the Steelers. I know it's an NFL thing, and that's why I fucking hate the NFL. But move the ball. It's 3rd and 12, so let's just run a 4 and out and just get in better position to punt it. It's like, no, bro, let's go.
Right. It's almost like they don't know they can get a 1st down before it comes to 3rd down.
It's almost like every team gets paid the same amount of money each season, and it doesn't matter who wins or loses because it's all about just getting paid.
Or like, do you think it's one of those things where they maybe want to try to build a slow rhythm and they don't want to run before they start walking, in a sense, and also like, hey, let's maybe try to wear down this defense a little too.
Yeah, maybe. And honestly, it's like now's the time to do it because we're 3-0, but the 3 teams we beat are winless.
Yeah,
which is great. You're supposed to win those games.
Yeah,
and maybe that is the time to run shitty plays and hustle people and make them think that we don't have a larger playbook or more weapons to utilize.
We had one trick play, right? Turned out pretty sweet.
Remind me, what was it?
The double jet sweep, right? Is that what it was?
I don't know. I'm not positive.
Deontay Johnson had 1 rush for 9 yards. Is that what you're talking about?
Could be. Or maybe it was Claypool. Was it Claypool? Nah, I don't think it was.
You know what? I think it was the Deontay Johnson one.
Yeah, I think it was.
Claypool didn't have any rushes.
I don't know, but dude, Ben on 3rd down didn't look good early. But it's Ben. He comes back. He bounces back. He fucking ran
Yeah.
The ball on third down through a
Yo.
stiff arm, Vance McDonald style, fucking dives for the pile or the fucking,
That was a first down.
what do you call that
I
thing?
don't care what anybody says.
The chain. Yeah, he got it. They said he didn't though.
No, he got it.
Replay proved otherwise, I think.
No,
Even-
such BS.
Even who was it? Gene Steratore in fucking New York, who's like the head
I fucking hate
head
that
officials
guy.
guy, was like, yeah, I thought they would give that to him.
Yeah. Oh, and I hate you. I usually don't agree with him. Fucking fade on sight if I ever see him.
Yeah, speaking on that topic, Juju fighting for that third down
Huge.
early
That was
on.
huge.
That was great.
Just the
It's what it's all about.
That's right, baby.
Bro,
Also,
even-
the
dude,
fact
Mark
that
Madden's still taking jabs this week on Twitter at Juju. I don't get it.
Dude, he's not going to stop until
Why?
he ceased to exist and Robert perishes. Literally, he lives off of just fucking ripping Juju for being a great athlete and a great guy off the field.
yeah, I mean, it was awesome.
And for trying to, I mean, Juju's literally, he's building his brand. That's great because football's not always going to be there. So when it's gone, he's not going to be sorry.
Yeah, you gotta make the most of your time.
And he's doing a phenomenal job of it. And I
Yes.
applaud him. And I'm sure at least 70%, 75% of Steeler Nation agrees with that.
Yeah, he was able to move his family into.
And that other 15% is just a bunch of old white dudes.
That follow Mark Madden.
Yeah.
I mean, dude, he was able to walk his touchdown in. That was pretty sweet.
Wide open. Why would you leave anyone that wide open, let alone Juju?
Well, they ran zone and the guy
Bit.
never went with Juju.
Yeah, he bit.
So, yeah, I mean, based on receptions, our top receivers this year are Juju, Deontay, James, Washington, and then Ebron. And Ebron was the leading receiver last game.
I feel like up until this past
Did you
game,
start
though-
him, Ty?
No.
Yeah, of course you didn't. You did last week, and you didn't do shit, and you talked about it, and then you didn't put him in, and
Right. Up until this week, he didn't do anything. And none of the tight ends for us did anything. And honestly, up until the second half of his last game, Vance McDonald had as many catches as Ebron did, which is shocking to me going into the season. I would have never guessed that. But yeah, I
Yep.
mean, he found it in the second half, especially. Or when did he have his touchdown? That was the first half, maybe. But he got a lot more targets in the second half. I think Ben's really starting to warm up to him.
Yeah, and I know, like, leading into this week, they both talked about him featuring more, and that was definitely going to be something that they've been building on, and that we were going to see more of this game. So they stayed true to it, and yeah, it was nice to see him get some nice catches.
yeah, we had eight receptions between our tight ends this past week, which is great.
Dude, every time Vance McDonald
What
has
dude?
a football in his hands, he is looking to run somebody over, and I love that about
What an
that man.
animal!
I've said it multiple times, and I am going to say it again. I stick true to it. He is
Step
a
onto it.
poor man's Kittle. And when I say poor man's, I don't mean trash
Less money, but
poor,
he does have less money.
but he's literally the exact same player as Kittle. He's just like, let's say Kittle's at a 9, Vance is at like a 7.5.
Yeah, and I also think Vance is way bigger than Kettle.
Even if I were to agree or disagree with that,
I mean,
it's
not-
just like, just look at their stat. I mean,
Yeah,
Kittle's
but not that Kettle's a small
light years
guy.
ahead of Vance in just athletic ability and everything.
Yeah. I was just talking about size.
Size, I can't compare it. I could look for you quick.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, we should do that because not that Kettle's a small guy, but like,
He's lankier than Vance.
dude, Vanimal scares the shit out of me. Like, dude, if the guy ever rushed, like, I would
Well-
say he's as scary as James Harris, though.
Both of those guys embrace the
No,
physicality
see,
of football.
Tab, you're out of your freaking mind when you say that. Nobody is scarier than James Harrison.
Montez perfect.
No, that guy's a pussy.
Well, it's scary. Because,
I'm just kidding.
I don't disagree with you. I mean, it's scary because that guy literally will try to break you and end your life.
Vance McDonald is 6'4", 267.
All right.
Seems taller, if you ask me.
Are you sure he's not 6'8"?
I 6'4", 267, just a simple Google search. And George Kittle is 6'4", 249.
So yeah, Vance has what, 20 pounds on him?
Yeah, 20 pounds of muscle.
Yeah.
No,
Or
fat.
Yeah, Kettle's still a huge guy.
And some fucking lettuce up top. That man's hair, Vance McDonald, this year is flowy.
Yeah.
Fucking looking like he belongs on a hockey rink.
I love it.
It'll run a 4.52.
What a Vandal run.
It's a little better than my 4.7.
Barely.
It looks, per this quick Google search, Vance McDonald ran a 4.6.
So, well, yeah, he's also 20 pounds heavier.
Yeah, so.
Yeah, well, that's what I'm saying is he's 50 pounds heavier than me. You don't think I can run a 4.7?
No. Ty, he works out every day and gets paid for it.
You're wrong. You're wrong.
Well, with what I just said, I'm right.
No, you're right in that statement for sure. He does work out and he does get paid.
That's facts.
I don't do either of those. So,
you can still run a 4.7.
I can still run a 4.7. So suck on that. Just like I would like the refs to suck on D's, because the reffing this year and for the Steelers specifically,
they're not good.
Dude, it's been so poor. We talked about the Ben not making the first down. But I mean, Hayden again gets hit with a pass interference, right? Was that this game? Feels like every game at this point, and it's just an imaginary fucking pass interference call. They have been. I mean, they are missing clear pass interferences. They missed one on Claypool.
Yeah.
And one of these days they're going to cost us a game, and when that day comes, I'm going to fucking lose my mind.
I mean, that's a whole thing where I don't understand how we can't review pass interference. It was only implemented for 1 year.
Like, 1 year, dude. I need a beer.
Well, and I'm gonna kind of be the opposite of that. And why do we have to review everything? Let's get rid of reviews and just have better fucking officiating. Like, you watch an MLB game, the MLB umps are so good at literally making calls on the field.
Okay, well, let's fucking bring Joe Weston then.
I just saw something about him earlier today. Is he going to retire after this year or something?
Is he? Oh, I don't know. His brother lives down in the Nashville area.
Interesting. But it's, again, yeah, let's go back to the reviewing pass interference. I think I said this last week, or I might have just bit my tongue because I'm like, what the? No, how are you gonna implement a rule because one team bitched about it and then you're gonna take that rule away?
So I guess
how you do that?
Yeah, no, I get that. So I guess my thought is too, like, I was watching the Sunday night football game, the Packers Saints. Dude, I thought there was OPI on I think it was the last touchdown the Packers scored, which put them ahead of the Saints. If they don't,
I won so much money on that game. It was decent.
You know, I mean, that's a different ball game right there, dude. Like, he clearly pushes off the defender and makes separation catch, but he can't be reviewed.
Yeah, dude,
like that touchdown literally was the difference in that game. Like, yeah, you don't care about it now, but what if it comes down to week 8 against the Ravens, and there's pass interference that can't be reviewed, and we lose because of that?
Yeah, and honestly, my first thought is
Jesse James.
No, my first thought is if the Steelers-Titans game gets canceled, there will not be a week 8 in the NFL because we're not going to make it that far. There's no way that you can cancel games.
But we thought the same way with MLB and NBA.
It's so much easier to schedule, though. It's way easier to schedule.
It's way different. So 2 Sundays from now, it'll be the 2 Steeler games. We'll just do 2 halves instead of.
Well, and that's the issue is the NFL didn't have a set plan in place like the MLB or NBA.
A set plan for anything.
Well, the MLB didn't really have one either.
Yeah, but you can move those games around very easily and interchangeably.
I guess not really when you have the Marlins fiasco. Like you literally had 2 teams that weren't even scheduled to play each other. So play each other, figure it out. We'll deal with it later.
So with football, here's the issue: is okay. This happens. Say they reschedule for their bye week, make this their bye week. What happens when the next team the Steelers are supposed to play has it? When do you reschedule the game?
Or any other team
Or
in the
any
NFL.
other team? Yeah.
No, I agree. And I think that's why maybe they should have had a week or two buffer.
They should have.
But I guess, is it too late to push the playoffs back a week or two?
Yeah, but then if you are one of those playoff teams and you're playing that late in the season,
and then we're
don't
going
know.
to start the season next year at the normal
Yeah.
time. So it's, I don't. There's so much that goes into it that
that's why
I'm
I'm
just
not,
anxious to see how it plays out. I don't know.
I just
So-
hope it,
Yeah, go ahead, Ty.
So then what if, and then I guess, what if another opponent in the Steelers test positive for COVID? Like, what if like the Ravens week 8 end up testing positive? What happens then?
right. Who
Yeah,
fucking
I
knows?
agree. I agree. The whole thing's fucked.
It's all fucked. So with any luck, we'll be playing this weekend, and I'll be at Tapia's making the same wings I made this past weekend and fucking watching the Steelers march their way to another W.
So, I was going to say, what do we think against the Titans?
Well,
Let's say
here's
the game's on. We're playing Sunday at noon. What's happening?
What say you? Here's my take on it is everyone keeps saying the Steelers, the 3 teams they've beaten are 0-9. Well, the 3 teams the Titans have beaten are a combined 1-8. So they're not much better. Their 3-0 is no better than our 3-0 is no better than anyone's 3-0. I mean,
Pretty good
I don't know.
QB matchup. They
good
both
QB
have
matchup.
Yeah, Ben and Tannehill both only have thrown 1 pick. Ben's thrown 1 more touchdown. He's got 7. Tannehill's got 6. And they both have a 105 passer rating.
I'm not afraid of Tannehill.
No, I'm afraid of Derek. I'm not afraid of Derrick Henry either.
No,
I'm afraid of AJ Brown or
scared of fucking Tractor Cito. The guy hasn't even taken off yet. He's still warming up. I'd rather play the Titans this week than week 12.
yes.
about
Who's
Derrick
still
Henry?
warming up?
Tractor Cito.
Tractor Cito.
Fuck
Derrick
is that?
Henry.
Derrick Henry is that his nickname?
Yeah, they call him Tractor Cito.
What is that?
I don't know. They started calling him last year.
Oh,
I don't.
'Cause-
I
'cause
was
he's-
like,
not familiar.
Because he's a tractor.
the Ito part is little.
Yeah, they call him Little Tractor.
Because like my name's Miguelito.
Yeah.
No,
Little
your
Michael.
name is douchebag.
Well, I didn't give him his nickname. I'm just going off what everybody else calls him.
Did you make this up?
Yeah, that's what I heard. I was like, wow. I was like, Tractor Cito. I was like, that's a balling ass name.
Yeah, no,
I'm gonna tell people I made it up.
I'd be nervous. Like Derrick Henry's good, but I mean the Steelers' rush
But-
defense is really good. It's just
AJ Brown, get out of here, dog.
holes in the secondary.
And I think what it comes down to is, can the Steelers' run game outperform the Titans' pass game?
Yeah, because the Titans' passing offense and they're literally, when you look at the matchup on the score, the leading receiver for the Tennessee is Jonnu Smith.
Oh, the guy that went to Tennessee State.
Thank you. What?
What?
Like,
How do you know that?
Just kidding. I made that up.
I was like, what the fuck are you talking about?
I was gonna say Tapia probably knows that because he always bring up that homeless guy. He knew his stats from high
Tapia
school.
likes like the most far out left field kind of guy.
There's underdogs, and then there's people that Tapia roots for.
That's right, dude. You got to root for those guys sometimes.
¿Cómo se
Yeah.
dice underdog en español?
Uh,
Pero
Abajo.
Trabajo?
Abajo.
Abajo.
Unreal.
Pero
But-
abajo.
But I got a serious question though. But I actually, you know what? We didn't even talk about the defense this week.
Yeah, you're right. Fucking Mike Hilton's a dog.
Speaking of Peros,
I made a note specifically to mention this. Mike Hilton's one-on-one tackling is unlike anyone else I've ever seen in the league.
Superb.
It's fucking phenomenal. He does not miss one-on-one tackles. He'll bring you down. He might bust a coverage, bust a nut in the secondary once in a while, you know, fucking let a receiver slip by him, what have you. We saw it this past week. But when it comes to one-on-one tackling and edge blitzing, fucking Mike Hilton's that dude.
Well, we've always talked about it. He gets like a 20-yard head start and sprints, and literally, as the ball gets snapped, he just hits the hole, and he's at the quarterback before he can even like bring the ball up.
I can see him coming from yards away.
It's like honestly, I saw it and I thought of it, and I'd like to confirm it, but it's like I think they're running Engage 8 on that.
yeah.
They're leaving the other safety in cover, but that they're dropping him no matter what. And it's like, as a quarterback, you see, or maybe since he's so short, you can't see, but you see that guy coming. How do you get sacked? Get rid of the ball.
Well, also, I just want to applaud our defense because there are times we're rushing 7, but there are times we only rush 4, and it fucking feels like we're rushing 7. Like applause to like all those guys up front. Like they bring the pressure heavy. I love it.
Yeah, well, they'd be bringing it even more heavy if TJ Watt, I swear to God, every time I saw him trying to rush the edge, he was getting held last week, and he didn't get a single fucking call, man. He's like, they got hands around his fucking neck trying to stop him.
Dude, well, I saw a thing that the Steelers blitz 64% of the time. And I was like, I love it. Let's ramp that up to about 73.
I wanted to say, though, my problem is when we only rush 4, our secondary still gets picked apart.
Yeah, that's true.
What the fuck? Just stop holding people and or stop keeping people back and just, you might as well rush them because even if you don't.
So I had a thought yesterday when I was watching.
Oh, God.
Here we go.
I guess question. Are our guys trying to make the tackle instead of just laying a hit at times? Because, dude, I was watching last night the Chiefs defense when they're playing the Ravens. When the Ravens threw to a guy, they weren't just trying to tackle him. They were just trying to hit him, to make him like not catch the ball, which I think is something I don't see in our defense.
That's because we got rid of Sean Davis because people bitched about him doing that.
And like, dude, at one point it was like 2 guys just hitting one of the Ravens wide receiver. I think it was Marquise Brown. They made him fucking drop the ball like as soon as he touched it.
Well, and that's how the secondary should be trying to disrupt the play.
You should be trying to swat the ball away, but there's so many times where Sean Davis, I'm sorry because I like him, but I don't want to, he instead of going for the ball, you're just trying to fucking truck stick the guy as soon as he catches it. But that normally results in 1, you either miss him, or 2, it's a fucking penalty because you hit him too early. Like, you need to go for the ball.
Yeah, 100%. You need to. And
like, Tappy, I'm with you half and half on that. It's yes, you should be trying to hit them and disrupt it, but only if there's somebody over top that's coming for the ball.
It was more a question because I wasn't.
No, yeah.
Because I don't know how I feel about it either. Because it is one of those things that I thought, I was like, would I want to see that? I was like,
fuck yeah, we would like to see that.
It'd be nice to see it, especially when like.
But we don't have Sean Taylor.
Yeah,
that's what a Sean Taylor would do, or Brian Dawkins, or Ed Reed.
But my issue is like I feel
Malu would go for the ball.
I feel like us being the Pittsburgh Steelers, we would get that shit called on us way too much.
Yeah, you saw it left and right with Ryan Clark and James Harrison. Like, you go for the body.
Love Ryan Clark.
You're gonna kill them, and you're gonna get fined or suspended.
Yeah, only reason I wanted to get up in the morning.
Steelers are the only reason I get up in the morning.
Well, I only click on the Steelers segments.
Yeah, I hate to like pick on Terrell Edmonds, but I feel like the past 2 games, especially the defense has played that way, where it's like, okay, just tackle him and make the stop wherever he catches the ball. And it's our zone defense that just gets picked apart left and fucking right. I feel like in man coverage, we kind of stand a chance. We have good cornerbacks and Joe Hayden and fucking Stevie Nicks over there.
No, that's Steamy Nicks.
You got Minka back deep or whatever in Terrell, but it's like
Minka's played like doo-doo.
Yeah, he hasn't been playing great.
Steve Nelson got beat in the first play of the game.
All of our secondary. All of
literally, it's the second. I'm talking about the secondary, and as a whole, they're trash right now.
And you know what, dude? And I thought about that last game because we praised Stevie Nelson so much last year for
and Minka.
And Minka and the Stinka. But I noticed the same thing. I was like, yo, I don't feel like I can trust Stevie Nelson anymore. I was like, I feel like the guy just keeps getting smoked.
And I don't know really what the reasoning is behind that. Like, they dominated last year,
I'm gonna, in my mind,
and
whether
offenses
it's
don't figure them out.
whether it's
like-
right or wrong, I'm gonna just attribute it to no preseason, and the rest is still there.
I can't do that because the quarterbacks that he's faced and the receivers that he's faced went through the same thing. No preseason. We're out there just doing our thing.
Yeah, you're not wrong.
But we, as a whole, Yins Daily, we're optimistic. We believe in the squad that we have, and I know that we have not even seen close or half of what our team can do on the field.
We've just scratched the surface as far as the Steelers' talent as a whole.
Ben has played more games this year than he did last. That's
They're
great. That's an improvement.
Come week 7, they're going to have the Jets turned on, and they're going to be a force to be fucking reckoned with. Mark my words. It's going to happen.
I believe it.
So anyway, Titans next week. Hopefully, we'll see about it. You guys want to do some predictions quick?
Yeah, let's go. Let's run it.
So like I said, dude, I mean, or like Tapia said, the battle of the quarterbacks, or which one? I don't know who the fuck said it. One of you said it. Good quarterback matchup. Good running back matchup. I mean, Derrick Henry, obviously, like top 3 running back in the league.
Do you want me to throw some quick stats your way for the
Yeah,
preview?
yeah.
Just
Let
to
me,
give
let
you
me get
guys
some
maybe
stats.
so
Yeah,
total
screamy.
total offensive yards. Steelers are 13th with 382 per game, and the Titans are 11th with 391.
That doesn't
Point-
seem like that much.
They're both tied for 15th in points per game at 26.7. Okay. Their defense points allowed. Titans are 14th at 24 points, and the Steelers are 5th at 19. We're second in total yards allowed, and the Titans are 29th in total yards allowed.
Oh, fuck.
So both on a 3-game win streak, and
Let's go.
the opening favorite was the Titans. I think the opening was Steelers +1. I'm gonna find an alternate spread of Steelers minus 3.5.
I have a feeling it's going to be kind of.
It'll be
gonna be kind
closer
of a
because they're on
shootout.
the road.
I think it's going to be a shootout because here's the thing: the Steelers,
They're trash on the road,
you're not wrong.
just like the Penguins.
Steelers are going to stop Derrick Henry. If we're lucky, we'll get a good James Conner. Uh-oh, what just happened? Yikes.
What's happening, dude? Why do I hear an iPhone ringing? Yeah. Ty, you don't have an iPhone.
Or does he?
No, it's a Ty phone.
To die for?
Yeah.
You guys hear that?
Yeah.
Yeah, because I'm using my girlfriend's Mac
Becca's-
and
yeah.
she got a call on it. How about
Yep.
that shit?
Yeah. If you had any Apple products, you would know all about it.
No thanks. Don't want that. My computer, if I'm on my computer, I'm not on my phone. I don't want to have my phone. I'm on my computer.
That's stupid.
Calling me
dude.
on my computer, bro. Anyways, we'll stop the Titans' run game. They'll probably stop ours. Maybe we'll get a good James Conner or something. We'll see.
No, they're not going to stop ours. They're 29th in rushing defense, and we are number 1 in rushing defense.
So that doesn't mean they can't stop our rush game.
They're not going to stop our rush game because they're 29th in rushing yards allowed. We're going to run down their throats.
Ty, do you know how many teams are in the NFL?
I do. It's somewhere in like the 25 to 35 range.
I mean, you might be right this week if the Titans don't play.
But anyway, there's a good chance the Titans pass game picks the Steelers defense apart. There's a good chance that Ben picks their defense apart.
There's
I
also
think
good
it's going to be a
chance-
shootout.
Good chance fucking Air Joe gets like 2 interceptions.
Jumpman Joe.
So man, Joe.
I think it's going to come down to which defense can outperform the other one. And obviously the Steelers have the edge in that. No fucking question. So my prediction is Steelers 31,
Motherfucker.
Titans 24.
Who?
30-17.
Damn. My original one was ties, and the one I decided was 31-17.
Both best of both worlds. There you go.
Yeah. Holy shit.
So we don't ever like keep track of our predictions. We should start keeping track here. Hang on.
Text it.
You're gonna text it?
Yeah.
All right. What did we say? What did I say? 31-24?
Yeah.
30-17?
CC's
Pizza.
CC's Pizza Buffet. Never had it.
Me neither.
Sounds good. I love buffets and pizza. And CC Sabathia. He owns it, right?
I think so. Pretty sure that's a fact.
Dude, it's like $6 all you can eat.
All right, text that shit. And we'll see who comes out the victor. But I'll tell you who is going to be the Steelers. Spoiler alert, Steelers win.
Yeah, I also love that all three of us thought the Steelers are going to – we all know they're going to score 31 points on the road.
Which tells me they're going to win like 17-14.
Yeah. And one of those touchdowns is going to come from the defense.
No, it's going to be 19-14.
No, one of those touchdowns is coming from your boy Ray Ray.
Hey,
So
Ray.
One all the way home.
That's, yeah. DraftKings has a lot of decent, like DraftKings app is sick, and they've got so many different prop bets and stuff, and it's like, yeah, I might fuck around and throw a couple bucks on Ray Ray.
Like, who's going to score the first touchdown?
And Ray Ray won't be available, so it'll be the option of like plus 850 any other Steelers player. So I'm just slamming on that.
Slam it home, and we'll see a 4-0 Steelers next weekend.
And COVID-free.
COVID-free, hopefully. No trivia today. We are supposed to have a guest next week. We'll do trivia with them. We'll see about it. But, hey, Steelers this Sunday. Fucking look forward to it. Tapia, I'll be there with bright and bushy-tailed, with booze in hand, wings in hand. If Michael wasn't such a boner, he'd come too.
Yeah, man, it's school night though on Sunday.
Gotta get up for my big class tomorrow.
Wait, what time do you think the game starts?
Oh, dude, I gotta get to bed early. Doesn't matter what time the game starts. I gotta be in bed.
He'll be in bed whenever that fucking 12er is finished.
What are people gonna do if they find out all three of us don't watch the games together?
Seriously, dude.
What if people found out that we didn't do the podcast together?
But we do.
Not together, like we would watch the Steelers game.
Well, can we do this for the Steelers game or what?
I'm down. I don't have to drive to Schaumburg.
Hey, I'll drive to you, dude.
Oh, okay, cool. You guys can meet the new pup.
Seriously, I would come out. I was gonna maybe go out to Crystal Lake anyway.
Okay, well that's better for me.
Sweet.
Done.
All right, done. Cool. I'll see you next week, or I'll see you Sunday, dude. But yeah, let's wrap this shit up. Steelers, baby, on the road to undefeated. You heard it here first. Yinzertainment podcast, episode 149. Check us out, yinzertainment.com. Links to the social media and podcasts are there at Yinz Daily on the socials. YINZ Daily.
On the socials?
On the socials. That's on YouTube too, at Yinz Daily. You can see all the podcasts at the YouTube channel. Podcasts are up there. You get it. Fucking we're on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, iHeartRadio, anywhere you find a podcast. Go check that shit out. Tell your friends, tell your mother, tell your mother's friends. We'll be back next week, episode 150. Pew, 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 pew. Yeah, fucking be there or be a doucher. Check you, Slater.